gentlemen, live from Compton, California. Put your hands together for the Bossmack Top Soy. Word. A lot of love. Thank you.
We doing it, man. We doing it. We getting it done. Man. I told a homie the other day, man, I will fuck with Oprah Winfrey for real. I make a top bitch on the team. You know who this is? Your Mac Man hero, extra relevant, the Bossmack Top motherfucking soil, kissing babies and shaking hands, man. Doing what the fuck I gotta do out here to make it crack open. And you are now experiencing Bossmacknosis live. Bossmacknosis live. Saying that shit twice to make sure you understand me out there. Bringing Nathan, but the high quality Mac Man conversation all day, every day. I'm happy to be here, happy to be doing this. Today is a beautiful day. Man, I know I done kept motherfuckers waiting, but you know, when I come correct, I come lovely. I'm bringing Nathan, but just great conversation for you. So, hey, let's get into it. You know we always come with a good agenda, and our agenda always consists of a breakdown of the sponsors, niggas in the news, a restaurant of the week, and reader listener email. So we gonna get right on into it. You know our number one sponsor, man, is Bossmack Streetwear. Go through bossmackstreetwear.com. Go through there, cop some flavors from it. I got bad t-shirts up in there. And also our other sponsor, CH1 Media, ch1media.com. Go through there for all your print needs and whatever you need, flyers, t-shirts, business cards. They do websites, everything, man. Fuck with them. They're my peoples over there. Holla at Big Smooch over there. Spend more than $100. They gonna take good care of you over there. Our other sponsor, we got a few sponsors, man. Hip Hop Ruckus, hiphopruckus.com. You need to check them out for all the recent developments and going-ons and happening in the hip-hop universe that we living in. My people Corey over there, man, they bring it to you consistent. Plus, they got a page for the Bossmack Top Soil over there, Mackin 101. Make sure you check them out. I'm telling you, man. And that's about it. Those are sponsors. And I wanted to say, I want you to make sure you check out my people's, the grand, incredible DJ M Walk. Check that nigga out on KJLH. KJLH in Los Angeles. Check them out every Saturday night from 11 p.m. to 12 a.m. for the OG Mix Master Show. My people's M Walk. Check them out. And there it is there. Man. Let's get on into this. I don't want to waste too much time. Gotta come with the niggas in the news. Niggas in the motherfucking news. And you know, it's been quite a few niggas in the news getting out there showing out real good. So let's go with the first one that I was most touched by. My people's Delonte West. of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Delonte West out there, man. If you ain't heard, old Delonte got out there. Now, he played basketball for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, this is a basketball playing nigga. He get out there on the motorcycle speeding with 3 heats or three guns. Well, 2 guns and a rifle and a guitar case. Speeding. You understand me? That's the portrait of a motherfucking idiot right there, man. How in the fuck? What do you need a motherfucking 3 pieces of artillery for as Delonte West on a motorcycle speeding? Where's you going? What is you doing? I'm at a loss, man. I know a lot of these sports figures be getting robbed. A lot of niggas be getting stripped naked out there. You don't be hearing about it, but a lot of these niggas be getting stripped naked. And I understand it's a concern for your safety and whatnot, but when you get stripped naked, what is they taking, jewelry or something, man? That can be insured, man. I ain't never heard of no sports figure having a shootout with some niggas. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never heard of a sports figure having a shootout with some niggas. So I'm at a loss of why a nigga need 3 heats rolling fast on a motorcycle. Delonte West. So he caught up in that. Him, Plaxico, man, I don't understand none of that shit, man. Nigga taking heat into the club to do what? I ain't never heard none of them niggas had no shootout. You know what I'm saying? Fantasy. Niggas is in niggas is in a gangster fantasy. All them tattoos and shit and hallucinating. Anyway. Other nigga in the news. I already talked about the nigga Max B. I talked about him a few shows back. And I told you the nigga was gonna get Stretch Armstrong. You know what I'm saying? I told you the nigga was gonna get Stretch Armstrong. 75 years, man. That gotta be like next to that nigga Big Lurch that was on Sherm and ate a bitch. He had to get the most stretched out. Maybe T-Bone from Lynch Mob. He got stretched out like that too. These are the most stretched out niggas. Alright. Okay. This nigga Jay-Z. I just want to talk about him just briefly. I think Jay-Z is hallucinating, man, right now, man. I'm not hating. I mean, from my observation, it just seemed like he hallucinating. He doing a little bit too much to stay on top of the game or make attempts to stay on top of the game. I saw that 9/11 show, man. That nigga was looking like Larry Holmes up there. Flabby and sick. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hating, and I want to emphasize that. I think the nigga need to fall back and do some real hip-hop type of shit. Get on some of this MF Doom level type of shit. Throw out some of them concept albums or something. Do an album with Pete Rock or The Alchemist or somebody. Ninth Wonder. Do an album with Ninth Wonder, man. Stop trying to... I mean, nigga around there fucking with Drake and Kid Cudi and... you know what I'm saying? It seemed like an old nigga struggling. I trying to stay. I just, that's just my thoughts. I'm not hating. I want to emphasize that. All right, last nigga in the news, your boy Kanye West and his bitch Amber. Now, I'm approaching this from multiple levels that most motherfuckers ain't fucking with this, and in my opinion, your boy Kanye running up on the stage, snatching the mic from a 17-year-old white bitch that's, I think, a virgin, most loved by millions of white people. I mean, that was just some super weenie sucker type shit. Nigga come up in the motherfucking VMAs with a fucking fifth of Hennessy out bottle, drinking from the bottle. That's just not no real nigga shit. It's just, that's some fantasy shit. I don't know. I never seen niggas do that. And then to do that to the white bitch, I mean, I know the nigga wouldn't have did it to nobody like, you know, The Game or 50 or Jim Jones even. I mean, Buffett, Diddy, shit. I mean, that nigga wouldn't have did that shit to none of them motherfuckers. I mean, it's a bad look. And then his bitch just let him do that. I mean, that's why I was saying, man, I mean, I know Amber Rose is a real bitch as far as being just a on the come up type of bitch, for self type of bitch. But as far as being a bitch that's down for a nigga in a nigga corner for real, man, I don't know, man, because she just let that nigga walk in there with that Hennessy bottle out like that, and that bitch participating, and I know he told that bitch he was gonna go up on the stage and do that stupid shit, and the bitch let him do it. I mean, come on, man. Any bitches that I fuck with, man, they if I'm about to do some sucker shit, you know what I'm saying? Bitch will let me know. Not that I ever really do sucker shit, you know what I'm saying? But if none of my bitches gonna let me look stupid, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, you know, that, you know. And I know a lot of bitches really look up to that Amber Rose bitch. See, Amber Rose done her job. She done fuck with that nigga Kanye, and she done came up off of that nigga. If it's a rap for them now, that bitch is famous forever right now, nigga. I'm telling you. It's a lot of bitches that look up to that bitch Amber Rose, man. Her Twitter is popping. You can see that shit. So I know the bitch done accomplished what she done needed to accomplish. You know, Kanye is a famous weenie to me. He just a weenie nigga with a lot of money, man. And you can see that bitch is like in a different category than him. You know, that's just my thoughts on that. I thought that was some sucker shit by Kanye. I don't know if that's gonna fuck up his career, but I think it's gonna do a little damage to his motherfucking ass. Alright. Let's roll into I want to talk about that nigga Sean Marion and Tila, but that shit is old and done. I thought that was some sucker shit for him even fucking with that bitch. I'ma just say that, you know. By the time this motherfucker come out, I guess y'all motherfuckers will probably be I could get this in before this date. This Friday coming up, on the 25th. Nigga gonna be up at the Conga Room for Slum Village in Guapale. I hope that's how you say that, her name. Yeah, Guapale in Slum Village. Nigga be up there. Probably might get in some co-hosting. I don't know, maybe. I might. Ain't no telling. I'm definitely gonna be there though, so you might want to come check that out, the Conga Room. See the ball smack topsoil live. Yeah. Anyway, let's get into the restaurant of the week. Restaurant of the motherfucking week. And make sure you follow a nigga on Twitter. I forgot about that. Restaurant of the motherfucking week. Animal. In LA. Beautiful spot. I'm telling you, man, you want to fall through there. You want to see some different flavors, man. You want to experience some fine dining. You in Los Angeles area, fuck with Animal. And I'm going to give you the number right here, 323-782-9225. And, of course, you can, Google that and look it up and go check it out, man. Animal. Fuck with that. I like that. Oh, in that spot, the waiter sit down next to you and tell you what the specials and all that old shit of the day and whatever that is. He sit down next to you and tell you. I mean, well, he sit down next to the bitch. Let's get into the reader listener emails while we got some time and get through it. All right. You know how we get down. We get reader listener emails from various places, sources, MySpace, YouTube, Facebook. And I got my Facebook back popping. They be coming through Facebook. So let me get into it. And Twitter now too. So let me get into this. We got a dude here from Jacksonville, Florida. Contact the Bossmack Topsoil. He say, Bossmack, I enjoy your blog and podcast show. I appreciate what you do. I have a situation I would like you to evaluate. I recently started dating this beautiful middle school teacher. Everything has been great. The only downside is dealing with her baby daddy, who is a kind of gangster type nigga that's stupid. Okay, the other night when we came home from a date, this nigga came out the bushes with leaves and shit in his hair. I had to square up on this nigga. We almost had to fight. If it wasn't for the neighbors and him seeing I wasn't really scared of him, we probably would have had a nice fight out there. Now, this is a real cool female, but I do have others. Should I continue with this drama? I would hate to go to jail for this bitch. Okay, I hope y'all understand that right there. We got a nigga right here who say he got a real cool bitch. She's of value type of bitch, the type of female you want to keep on a team, a middle school teacher. He say her ex-dude is kind of crazy. He tripping a little bit. He having problems with him. He feel that he gonna have a fight with this dude, some drama with him in the future. Should he continue with this? Okay. The way I see it is, you just gotta proceed with caution. Don't let a nigga just scare you off of a bitch. I mean, he might just be kind of bluffing. You said when you squared up with him, he really didn't want to get down. So maybe in the future, he might not really want to get down, but he always gonna be around though, you know what I'm saying? Now, if the bitch is really worth it, she real cool female, then, then you might have to jump in with some protectionism a little bit. But, if you see the nigga is getting worse and worse, and the drama is escalating, then it's an evaluation type of thing. You have to sit back and see, is she really worth it, all this drama, and take it from there. If she's not worth it, she's not worth it, maybe you might want to sidestep a little bit of the drama. You feel me? That's the way I would look at it. But most of the time, you gotta protect a bitch. But that being baby daddy, you might want to keep it pushing if it's just a little too much drama. Gotta balance it out, think about it, weigh it out, see which way it go. All right. We got another nigga right here. We got a dude from Dallas, Texas. You say, Bossmack, you's a crazy dude. Me and my people love what you do. I burn your shows, the CD, and bump them at the barbershop. Niggas love you. Here's my situation. It's kind of crazy and I need some good game for this. I live with my bitch and everything is good with her. I've been kind of shining a bit. Plus my spit is high quality, so I have added a lot of new bitches to the team. Everything has been beautiful and harmonious until recently. One bitch in particular started becoming a little bit possessive. So, I figured I'd just fire. She didn't take being fired too well, so she started coming around to my job, tripping. I did a simp move, filed a restraining order on this bitch to keep her from coming to my job, getting me fired. But the bitch is still coming to the job, and she stepped up the threat saying she figured out where I live because I never told her where I live. And she's gonna tell my main bitch what's going on, cause I told her about my main bitch because I thought being up front was cool. But she says she gonna tell my main bitch, how do I navigate this? Now I know that was long and drawn out right there, but you got a nigga right here who say he been doing good. He live with his bitch. He got a lot of other bitches on the team. One bitch got real possessive. He had to fire her. She didn't take fire being too well. Now she's stalking him, causing problems, saying she gonna blow up his spot. She gonna blow up his spot. What to do? Okay. Well, here's my thing. You done already showed that you was kind of softening by going to get the restraining order instead of just, like probably just threatening the hell out of her in a way that couldn't be recorded or whatnot. Like personally threaten the hell out of a bitch, but not really doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? But since you done already filed a restraining order, she know you probably kind of a little bit soft and whatnot. It's gonna be kind of complicated. She's still bold, coming up to the job, blowing up the spot. I say you got a choice. You could let it run its course and let her blow up the spot to your girl and then explain it to your girl. Or you could beat her to the punch and just go to your girl and explain to her that, you was dibbling, dabbling and the bitch out of control and prepare her for that. Because that's really the only thing she could do to you. If she keep coming to the job, I'm quite sure you can get her arrested or whatever. But, if she know where your bitch is, she know where you live, she gon' end up hollering at your bitch. And, it depends on how you want to handle it. You can either handle it now or later, you know what I mean? So, sometimes now is better, It's wild, man, That's the downside of fucking with a lot of bitches. You gotta use some tact sometimes, man, I wouldn't always agree with telling a bitch that you lived with a bitch all the time if you could avoid it. Sometimes, case by case basis. I know a lot of niggas out there like that open policy, but I think it's a case by case policy. Sometimes a bitch just don't need to know shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you just gonna be just fucking with her a little bit with no intentions of keeping her around. Sometimes it's best to keep a bitch completely in the dark and then keep it pushing. Alright. We got another one. Let me see here. Okay. We got a nigga from LA. A nigga from LA writes to Bossmack. And I meant to read this email last show because it was good, and this is a nigga that be getting at me every now and then. But anyway, he said, Bossmack, I got a bad bitch on the team right now. She my top bitch. She's beautiful, smart, autonomous, and paid. She is a quality bitch, and she is really in my corner. There are a few issues, and let me lay them out. She is from India, and her family does not like niggas, so I can never meet her family. Also, some big Indian drug dealer that's locked up in the feds who likes her has put her in control of his money. And her family is rich, so she is extra paid. Like I said, she is really a tight bitch, and she is down for a nigga. However, these issues with her family and this dude in jail has got me leery. How would you handle this? Okay, we got a nigga right here dealing with a bitch from India whose family don't like niggas, and they rich. And she's also controlling the money for a nigga that's locked up in jail who supposedly she has never fucked, but it's a nigga that like her. Put her in control of all of his paper. Okay, this dude want to know how to handle this. Okay, the way I see this is, yeah, that's your top bitch, but you like a nigga that's kind of like fitting into her program, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's like you in her stable, kind of. You know what I mean? But I think you in a real cool position depending on how your emotions are. Like, if you like in love and you want to be treated like a boyfriend with total respect and everybody know who you are and all out in the open, then you might be in for to get your feelings hurt. You feel me? But if you're approaching this like ice cold, you lay back, you just receiving all benefits, which is I'm imagining a nice amount of paper, a nice amount of good treatment, a nice amount of bitch sponsoring, and a nice amount of pussy. And you know this pussy lasts. You see what I'm saying? Then you in a good spot and you want to roll with that. You know what I mean? Let her keep doing her thing. Let her keep doing her thing. And I think that's player, man. I think you let that keep going. I will keep a bitch like that on the team, and you know all that. Her family don't like nigga shit would not faze me one bit. I don't gotta meet your people. Better for me, bitch. You see what I'm saying? Hey, cool. Just come through, break bread, sponsor. You know what I'm saying? Pamper the swipe. Go home, bitch. Alright. That's some good shit, man. I like that. Let's get into this other email. We got a bitch from Detroit, Michigan. The Heavy D. We got a bitch from the Heavy D in this motherfucker. She writes to Bossmack. She says, Bossmack, I love the way you write and your tweets are crazy. Me and my girls be bumping your podcast show when we kick it and smoke sometimes. Help a bitch with some game. Here's my small dilemma. I got a dude that I've been with a few years, and he used to be real big out there on the streets. And he really took care of me when I was in college. As a matter of fact, he paid my tuition, kept a bitch fly, and everything. Now, real talk. I know he was out there fucking around with a lot of different bitches, but I never tripped because he always respected me and I never really saw shit. After a few years that I was with him, he eventually got caught up in some shit and barely escaped going to prison. The experience broke this nigga, and he never seemed to bounce back. I got my degree and went to grad school. I was able to get a good job, but now this nigga is stuck on my couch playing PS3 and blowing kush. Now, I'm trying to work with this nigga, but it's like he's allergic to a regular job. Oh, and he's been on this page for the last 2 years. I need a man and not a fucking babysitter. Bossmack, keep it real. Give a bitch some game. I don't want to seem like a shitty bitch, but I don't got a nigga's back. Especially, I don't want to seem like I don't got a nigga's back, especially after he held me down. But enough is enough. Okay, that was long as hell. Bottom line, we got a bitch right here that was fucking with a tycoon who was sponsoring her and taking care of her through college. He ended up getting popped, lost everything. His bitch graduated, and now she got a good job, and she tired of him sitting on the couch playing PS3, blowing kush. Okay. What can I say? You know, I think a lot of times some niggas in the dope game, you know, be like lucky niggas in the dope game, meaning they was always like lazy niggas with no work ethic. And since the dope game is such a, you don't got to do a lot of work to sell dope, especially when you moving weight, that's really like some kick it work. So I think a lot of niggas be super lazy, but they be making a lot of money off the dope game. And then when the dope game go away and they gotta come with some work ethic, they can't get no work ethic going because they was always lazy and shit. That's just a theory that I got. Anyway, a nigga sitting on the couch for 2 years is some bullshit. That's very dangerous. I suggest you fire a nigga or put that nigga out and have him live somewhere else and, still kick with him sometimes, but open yourself up to start working in some new people because, if a nigga is allergic to work, that might, that's a very bad thing, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what to tell you. I say, break it down, you might have to fire a nigga. Hey, it is what it is. Oh, yeah. I forgot my peoples, man. I meant to throw one more sponsor in there, so I'm going to get this one right in the middle of these emails. My peoples at Eternal Cuts and Designs out there in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, man. My people's Q over there, man. What's up, nigga? My people's Q. If you in that area, man, and I know I got a lot of motherfuckers listening to my shows out there in the Milwaukee area, man, go fuck with my people's Q. Eternal Cuts and Designs. Cool peoples. 5565 North Titonia. Always like that street, Titonia. Yeah. Now let me finish some of these motherfucking emails, man. We got a few more. I'm gonna drop this one from my peoples in Arkansas. You know what I'm saying? Conway, Arkansas, to be exact. He say, Bossmack, basically, I want to know how you feel about bitches speaking on you and speaking on niggas that they been with in the street. Like, as far as bitches speaking on you to other niggas and shit, and then on the same token, bitches speaking on other niggas to you that they been with in the past, like bringing it up in your face and shit. What's my thoughts on that? My thoughts are this. I have always said, you can look at my video, man, 10 things a bitch do to fuck with your mind on YouTube and shit. That's one of the things I said a bitch use to fuck with your mind, is telling you all of the things that the next nigga have done for them. You know what I'm saying? And that's part of the game, man. That's part of the game. That's part of the tools of psychological warfare that bitches use. Telling you about shit that the next nigga have done. The way you combat that is by letting that bitch know about the shit that other bitches have done and that she is not doing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, shit go both ways around this motherfucker, man. I don't give a fuck, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, real spit. Okay. Let me get this other email. We got a bitch from Fresno, from Central California, writing a Bossmack. And she says, Bossmack, thanks for writing the way you write. And please keep doing that shit. Here's my stupid question. Because I know it's stupid and I already know the answer to this, but I want to ask anyway. Hey, at least it's an honest bitch, huh? Bossmack, My boyfriend and I have been together. By the way, student at Fresno State University. My boyfriend and I have been together for 3 months, and we have had the most amazing sex. However, I recently found out he uses ecstasy almost every day. He thizzes almost every day. And this really hurt my feelings, you know. And it's like he feels like it's nothing wrong with that. And I feel like he's a drug addict. I feel so naive. How should I proceed with this? Okay. Y'all understand that. Bitch find out a nigga on drugs. Should she keep him? Even though ecstasy ain't really a hell of a drug, but doing it every day kind of make it a hell of a drug, because ecstasy is really some potent shit, kind of, even though it's cheap. Yeah, that's not cool. Maybe you might want to shake that motherfucker. That's a bad look. I don't give a fuck. That's a bad look. You want to shake a nigga like that. I don't think that's good. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's do one more email, and I know we did a lot of them, but let's squeeze in this one last one, and then we're going to proceed like this. I got a nigga from St. Louis, and he writes to Bossmack. He say, Bossmack topsoil, I need some game on this. I'm having problems. My main bitch, who I love very much and have a son with, has a tendency to take off on me. Every now and then, it's like she get violent enough to where she take off on me. How should I handle this? Okay. The way I see it is, if you've been with a motherfucker long enough to have a kid with him and she had a tendency to take off on you, then you must like getting took off on. You understand me? I don't really understand that one. You know, I suggest you stop fucking with a bitch, or you just admit that you like to be having your ass whooped by a bitch. You might be one of them kind of motherfuckers, man, like to get punked by bitches. You know, some niggas like bitches to be tripping on them. You know, that's just love. You know, so I don't know what to tell you, motherfuckers. All right. Let's get to the topic of the day, man. And I really wanted to talk about a couple of things. And, you know, one thing I kind of want to touch is, like with the Kanye West Amber Rose thing, being I feel a nigga gotta be able to identify when he got a real bitch that's on his team, that's really in his corner. How to identify that you have a real bitch that's down for you, that's in your corner. I think some niggas really don't realize that they're not able to discern what type of bitch they fucking with. They think she on a team, you know, cause she fuck good or suck dick good or she look good or whatever, have nice shit or whatever. But is the bitch really on your team? Sometimes it's hard to tell, man, because, you know, niggas is so caught up on pussy that, you know, you don't realize what you dealing with until you probably been fucking with a bitch for 7 years. Then you realize, oh my God, this bitch is the devil. I never realized this shit. You know what I'm saying? So, how do you identify if you got a real bitch? It's kind of hard, man. You really got to test a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Now, I like to point out some things like with the Kanye West thing. See, his bitch thought it was cool for them to roll up into the VMAs with bottles of Hennessy and shit. You know. And then she thought it was cool for that nigga to run up on stage and snatch that mic from that bitch. So at that point, you gotta really, you know, is she really down for that nigga, or is she down for herself? You know what I mean? Sometimes, you know, in regular life, as a regular motherfucker, you faced with that. Is this bitch really down for me, or is the bitch really using me? A lot of niggas know they being used by a bitch. The bitch don't have no interest for the nigga whatsoever. The nigga could die. As long as she benefiting coming up, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? But is the bitch really on your team? Man, it's hard to tell. I have to test bitches. I've tested bitches in ways in the past, crazy ways, you know. I hate to even say this, man, but I'm gonna tell you, man. I remember, man, one Christmas, man, you know, and I was having paper. And I remember I lied to the bitch. I was like, yo, man, I caught a case, man. One of my people snitched on me out of town, and, you know, it's federal, you know what I'm saying? And I got arrested. I had to bail out. That's why I was gone for a week. I ain't gonna be able to get you nothing for Christmas. All my money fighting the case. I'm doing bad. You know what I'm saying? One time I told all my bitches that for Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about, like, I think I was fucking with like about 5, maybe 6 bitches at the time. I told all of them bitches the same lie, right? Just to see what would happen, you know. I say 3 of the bitches just came through strong, you know, anyway. Then one bitch threw a fit, you know. Oh, she was salty, pissed. You know what I'm saying? You know. The other bitch was like mediocre, like, you know, she tried to be like cool with it, but you could tell it was hurting her. But she didn't let that shit get to the surface, but I saw that faultiness in her. But see, them 3 bitches that came through strong, you know, hey, them was some real bitches. They made sure I had like a bomb Christmas. You know what I'm saying? And them bitches didn't ask me for shit. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm not an asshole motherfucker. Them bitches just was kicking into the car. It was some cool bitches. So I laced them for Valentine's Day, you know. But not too much, though, because I ain't no weenie. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, you got to test. You got to make sure what kind of bitch you dealing with. You got to know if you dealing with some real bitches. You know what I'm saying? You know, and a lot of times, if you never fuck with a real bitch, you ain't gonna even know you dealing with a real bitch. You know what I'm saying? I had to be dealing with a real bitch, you know, to know I had a real bitch. It's some cold game for you. All right. Yeah. I wanted to touch on another thing. A nigga has sent me an email on, and I wanted to get on this. Just touch this right here. And I'm going to talk about, like, stable time management. Like, you know, you got, like, you dealing with a few bitches on the team. How to really spread your time amongst them where you ain't having a whole lot of complications. I always go with a policy of number one, getting like the most time, if such a thing could be said. Like if you talking about a week, at least 3 days, you know what I'm saying, out of the 7, maybe 2, you know. Then everybody else, I at least try to squeeze them in a day. You know what I mean? And then keep a day or 2 for myself. You know what I'm saying? For the peace of mind. But, you know, you give a little, you gotta lean towards boss bitch, though, I think. You know, that's at least the way I do it. You know what I'm saying? Big holidays and shit like that. You know, you gotta take the boss bitch out with you. You know what I mean? So that's how I basically get down with that. Okay, before I get out of here, man, I want y'all to notice that the Bossmack topsoil was was collabing with Auger, hot ass motherfucking artist nigga on the come up. Used to be tagger, well still a tagger, but a paid tagger now. My nigga Auger, he just did the cover of Complex magazine with Kid Cudi on the cover, a little integrated artwork. So he redid the Bossmack logo. The Bossmack logo, and that shit is tight. You can see it on the blog, topmacnigga.blogspot.com. Them t-shirts is about to come out, limited edition. We're going to be flipping the colors. And we're going to be having Auger live on the show. Cool nigga. We did sat down, had drinks. Cool ass motherfucker, man. A lot of good game on the art business. It was cool. So Auger, check that out, coming from Bossmack Streetwear. We also gonna do a collab with Compton's Righteous. You know, that's gonna be tight. The Bossmack Streetwear Compton's Righteous t-shirts. They're gonna be hot too. So be checking for that. And that's about it. Arcade Entertainment, you know what I'm saying? My people's hosting the concert coming up with Guapale and Slum Village. Those was my people. Fuck with them. Bossmack Topsoil. And I'm gone.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out. The Top Mac Nigga Show is a Bossmack Industries production. Put your hands together for a special musical guest. I ain't gonna even say no name.